Hello, Susan here from Make and Craft Studio, and thank you so much for joining me on the Ranger Ink channel today. For today's card, I'm going to show you how to create a fun border using enamel accents. I'll also take you step by step through the process on how I created today's card. For today's card, I'm going to be using some Distress Oxide ink, and I'll be using the Festive berries. I'm also going to be using some Distress ink in Hickory Smoke. I'll be using some clear embossing ink, as well as the Archival Ink in Jet Black. And so for my mixed media supplies, I'll be using the Distress Mica Stain and Peppermint Stick. I'll also be using some enamel accents in black as well as in white. And then I'm going to be using some black embossing powder, and I'm going to use the super fine detail embossing powder today. Also for this project, I needed some low tack tape, so I'm going to be using the Dina Wakley mixed media tape. This is a very low tack tape that you can use to hold things down. For my stamps, I'm going to be using the Handwritten by Simon Hurley background stamp. And then for my sentiment, I'm going to pull that from the Beautiful Blooms stamp set by Simon Hurley, and I'm going to use the I Love You sentiment. And for my paper, for the background of my card, as well as for the cutout heart, I'm going to be using the 110-pound stark white cardstock by Simon Hurley. I've cut down a piece of white cardstock to 4 by 5 1/4 for the background of my card. And so I'm going to start out with the Peppermint Stick Distress Mica Stain. Now you can see here, this mica will settle to the bottom, so you really want to shake it up really good and get that mixed in. So keep shaking it until you get it mixed in really well. Once you look at the bottom there and you see that all of the color is consistent, then you know that it's ready to go. So I'm just going to spray a little bit of this on the background. Nothing really special, just spray however much you like for the background of your card. And I really love the shimmer that this adds to the background. Now this does dry fairly quickly, but while it's drying, I'm going to clean off the nozzle of my spray bottle because I want to try to keep that from getting clogged up so that the next time I go to use it, it's ready to go. So once I have my bottle clean, I'm just going to bring in my heat tool. The background is almost dry already, but I want to get it really good and dry before I go on to the next step. And I'm also drying my sheet that I put down to protect my surface so that it doesn't get on any of the rest of the project. So I'm going to bring in the Handwritten background stamp by Simon Hurley. And this step you really don't have to do. I thought it may add a little bit, but it is very discreet. So if you don't want to add this step, you could leave it out. I'm also going to use Festive berries, and I'm just going to dab this on one side of the stamp because I just want to add a little bit of the stamp to some of the white space on the card. So you can see here, I'm just going to add it to the upper corner, and I'm not using any stamping platform or anything for this. I'm just going to use my fingers because I'm just pressing where I want the stamp to show up. So I'm not looking for a perfect stamped image. I'm just filling in some of that white space with the handwritten stamp. So you can see here the handwritten part is very discreet, but I like the little bit of texture that it adds to the background, and you can see all that shimmer from the mica stain. So now I have a piece of cardstock that I have cut a heart out of. So now this is a chance that you could use your dies, or you could just print off a heart template and cut it out, or you could use your electronic cutting machine to cut out a heart. Now I chose a wonky style heart where one side is higher than the other. That's what I was going for, but you could use any style heart for this that will fit on the front of your card. And I'm adding just a little bit of that low tack tape to the back of my heart so that I can stick it on my stamping platform and it won't move. And then I've already cleaned the red off of the stamp, and so now I'm going to stamp the heart. So this time I'm going to use some of the clear embossing ink to stamp my heart. Now, I'm just filling up the whole stamp because I can't really tell exactly where it all is going to land. And so you do want to be sure that you lay your stamp out on top of your heart so you don't have your writing upside down. You do want to pay attention to that. So then I'm just going to stamp this twice, adding the clear embossing ink so that I'm sure that I get a good impression onto my heart. And then I can see that with the way the light goes across it, I can see that I've gotten a good impression. It is really hard to see because it is clear, but you can see it on there a little bit. And so now I'm going to just add my black embossing powder. And I have chose the super fine detail embossing powder since this is handwriting and it's such a small script. I feel like the super fine will do better on this one. So then I'm just going to add my black embossing powder all over the heart. And we're not going to be wasteful here. It looks like we're using a lot. And we'll just add the leftover black powder back into the canister. So you can see it didn't take a lot, but it's easier for me just to do it this way and then just add it back. And that paper on the background with the red ink and things is dry now, so it's not mixing any color onto my powder. So I'm just going to heat that up with my heat tool. And since this script is so small, it's not going to take long to heat it up. And you can see here, I'm just going to add the heat tool to the back so that you can kind of see as it is changing. I love to watch embossing powder change. It's something relaxing and fun about it all in one. But you can see here, the embossing powder gets darker and raised once it is completely finished. So I'll let that cool down for just a minute. And I can feel all of that texture on. I really love the texture. This card that I'm creating today is all about texture. So I want to be sure that the heart had texture as well. So now I'm going to bring in the Hickory Smoke and I'm just going to ink around the edges of this heart. I feel like it will help it stand out on that red background if I just add a little bit of this smoky color to the edges. So I'm just going to ink around the whole edge of the heart and I'll just keep adding it until I get the darkness that I want around the heart. I didn't want to use black because I felt like that would be too dark, so I like the Hickory Smoke for this point. But you could use black if you want more of a black outline. So you can see here it's kind of adding a frame around the heart and just coloring the white edge in. So there's our heart. So now I'm just going to stamp the sentiment on a piece of the scrap paper that I had left over when I cut down my cardstock. So I want to remind you while I am stamping this that if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the thumbs up. It really helps us out. Also, be sure to subscribe to the Ranger Ink channel and click that notification bell so you'll be notified each time we upload another video. I upload a video on the Ranger channel at least once a month, but there are other designers uploading videos throughout the month as well. And so there's so much inspiration to be found on the Ranger Ink channel. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of these fun techniques. So now I'm bringing out my enamel accents. And so I like to shake it up just a little bit. And then I like to tap down on the lid a couple of times just to get that enamel accents moving down into the tip of the bottle. And so I'm going to start out with my black, but first you want to have a piece of scrap paper and do a couple of test dots to be sure that everything is flowing nicely so that when you start working on your card, you will have everything flowing good and not have any air bubbles. So to get started, I'm going to practice my pattern and then I will just go through and do one color at a time. So I'm trying to figure out the pattern, and what I'm going to do is a line, two dots, and then a line. And so the dots are pretty simple to do. The lines can be a little harder sometimes. So you get all kinds of look with the lines. So if you are just adding a line and you start out pushing on your bottle, you can just have like a dot and then a line. But in order to get this solid line that's pretty even in size all the way down, I like to hold my bottle over to the side. So I'm not straight up and down. I'm holding to the side and I squeeze just very lightly as I draw that line. So you can see when I start and end, I'm doing the same pressure so that there isn't any extra dot at the beginning or at the end. Now that makes a cute look. So if you want just the dot at the beginning and then a line, that's cute as well. But if you want to get more of a solid line, now I'm not worrying about my lines being straight or being perfect so this is supposed to just be a fun, whimsical card, and this adds just a bit of uniqueness to your card because it is handmade by you and it's not machine made. And in today's times with all the robots and AI and everything, I really like seeing things that are handmade by an individual and it has their touch on it. So that is the inspiration behind today's card, is just to have something that is handmade and has my touch on it. And so yours won't look exactly like mine, but you don't want it to. You want to have your touch. So when you give this card to somebody, it has your touch to it and your, your lines and your dots, however you create them. So now I'm just going back with the white enamel accents and I'm adding dots. And you could just do black all the way around. I have created cards just using one color, but today I thought it would be fun to use the black and white accents together to create this card. Since the heart was white as well, I thought it just brought it all together. So now this does take a little bit of time to dry. So you can see I'm holding my hand up. Be very careful not to stick your hand in it because it's going to be wet for a while. So what you want to do is set this aside to dry for a little while. And once it's dry, then you put your card together. So this is one that you can't create at the last minute. This is not a last minute card. A lot of times when I use the enamel accents, what I like to do is just leave it to dry overnight, or either just to leave it to dry. If I work on it in the morning, set it aside, let it dry throughout the day, and then come back and finish my card. So now I'm just adding the background to a piece of black cardstock that measures 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And then I'm going to add that to an A2 size card. So then I'm just going to pop the heart up using some foam dots. And then I'm going to pop up the sentiment as well. So I'm going to add a foam dot to the right-hand side of the sentiment, but the left-hand side will be left without the foam dot since I'm going to add glue there to attach it to my heart. Now you could leave your card just like this and be done. And I think it's very pretty. But when I am playing with enamel accents, I want to just keep adding and adding. So I'm coming back with my black enamel accents. And I'm just going to add some like little drops around to kind of look like little pearls that you've added around. And so I'm just going to, I like to do things in threes. So I'm just going to add little groups of threes around the heart. Now this is where you can get a little carried away, and I may have got a little carried away. So add just as many as you want to your background. I do add quite a bit to this one. And once again, just be very careful because these are going to take a little while to dry. So don't stick your fingers in them as you're working around the card. As you can see, I will try to slide my card around rather than reach over. I try to slide it around so I make sure that I don't get into any of the drops that I've just added. And so I'll just continue to add drops until I am happy with the background. So here's my completed card. I feel like this would be a great card for any occasion. I think this one would be great for birthday, Valentine's, or even an anniversary, or even a thinking of you card. Well, I hope that you've enjoyed seeing me create this card, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.